So this is again going to be controversial, and it's again going to be a little bit politically oriented, but that's again not the point. The point is sales and persuasion. And maybe it's going to be regarded as disrespectful by some. I don't really care because it's not intended to be disrespectful, but it is going to be very, very important in terms of sales and persuasion. So this guy, Alex Preddy, who regrettably was shot and killed, I think. He certainly died as part of a protest involving ICE agents in Minnesota in January of this year. The allegation, I think, is that ICE agents killed him. But, I think there's probably lots and lots of lawsuits and court cases that will take this into account. Anyway, this guy was portrayed as like peaceful, innocent, and just a victim of the horrible ICE agents. If that were true, that would have been fine. But when you see footage, and there is footage of this guy before he was killed, getting into a scuffle with ICE agents, even doing concealed carry. He had a pistol. He had a gun on him, concealed beneath his jacket or gown, whatever he was wearing. And in one clip, you can see how he aggressively protests the ICE agents, how he even kicks out the taillights of an ICE vehicle, and how he gets into a skirmish and a scuffle with the ICE agents who want to apprehend him. Now, I'm not sure if that particular scuffle that I saw was the same scuffle that led to him being killed. I don't really know. But I do know this. You can't say that it was a peaceful protester who just happened to be caught as an innocent victim in all of this. Now, when you see clips like that, now, that's not to disrespect the fella. He's dead, and I don't believe in disrespecting the dead, so may he rest in peace. But the notion that he was like an innocent bystander is obviously not true. It's obviously misleading at best, and I'd say it's false. Here's another thing. So that's another thing, that he was involved in probably before he was killed, violent protests, and that he initiated physical scuffle and skirmish himself. Number two is, supposedly, and according to experts, I don't know this, but the gun he was carrying concealed is notorious for accidentally discharging because of some feature it has. I don't know exactly what it was. I saw Joe Rogan and Andrew Wilson, I think it was, discussing and debating this very issue. Supposedly, because the gun's safety mechanism or lack of safety mechanism, whatever you want to call it, is how it is, the gun can accidentally discharge. Especially when, it falls down. Actually, there are stories of people getting sent away from the shooting range because they have such a gun. It's unsafe. It's regarded as unsafe by a lot of people. So if you add together 2 and 2, if this guy is probably quite likely engaging in violent demonstrations or in protests turning violent, and he wears such a gun concealed, well, then accidents are bound to happen. Again, that's not to disrespect him or his family, obviously, because he didn't deserve to die. Number 3 is, and again, this is not something that I'm saying facetiously to mock him, but I'm saying it facetiously to mock the media. You could see, I think it was during some CNN clip or some CNN report, how, and they made the comparison again on Joe Rogan, how the CNN or some other news media made him look prettier. He had a more chiseled jawline, broader shoulders, I think more muscular arms, and I think they even gave him a tan. And like made him look more handsome. I think they even did something to his nose. They made him look more handsome than what it really was. Because it's crazy when you see the comparison. It's so obviously fake. And this just adds to the story. Those that you want to speak positively of, you make sure to make them look nice to gain sympathy. So that more people will mourn the loss of this fellow, which they obviously should, not because he was pretty looking, but because he didn't deserve to die, and hate the ICE agents. I actually saw a photo of I think it was some ICE captain, whatever it was. He looked so evil and menacing in that photo. Of course, it was taken like in the heat of the moment, and it was probably very, very stressed. But it looked really, really evil. That was not on accident. That wasn't on purpose. It's the same thing with Donald Trump. They're always trying to make Donald Trump look ugly because they don't like him. Persuasion 101. And it's so obvious. But the worst part is it works because people have TikTok brains. It's against, it's back to all these influencers targeting these dumb, gullible kids who want lots and lots of money while scrolling their iPhone. Just make what they want look pretty and make what they shouldn't be wanting look bad. Sales and Persuasion 101. If you want to learn more about sales and persuasion, then get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is in the episode description wherever you are watching and or listening to this, and I'll see you there.